Yo, ny dag, ny død. So, I just, lost, I lost terribly to fucking Sot, Great Prince Sot, in, Pantheon 3. Thought that, I have some time today, I can practice some Sot. No. Sot is a fucking nightmare, and I have no idea how I'm ever gonna get past him. I am seriously considering just making a new Hollow Knight run from scratch, but not saving Sot, because then I can skip that horrible fucking fight. There are no times to heal whatsoever, and it's a fight you actually need to heal in, because holy shit, you cannot do that one hitless. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. I refuse to believe it. The guy is just jumping everywhere, all the time, with no breaks. And I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And it's not even like consistent, it's just random. Everything he does is just like random movement. Fuck that guy. Hate Sot. Worst fight in the game. Except for Gorb. Fuck Gorb. So yeah, I'm just here to, hype myself up, I guess, I suppose. Just like, convince myself, gaslight myself. It's more gaslighting than anything. I'm just here to gaslight myself that, no, I'm actually good at this game. So yeah, we are here. I don't know if I mentioned this at all, but I've been watching some of The Boys. The fucking TV show, not just some like boys in a kindergarten. I've been watching The Boys. And it is pretty fucking good. There's just a fucking alarm going off in the background. Well, I suppose I do live in the middle of the city, sure. I can live with that. So basically The Boys, TLDR, superheroes, bad. And that's pretty much it. That's the short version. But it's basically like a, hero society, but there's only like very select few heroes that, are actually doing anything. It's not like fucking My Hero Academia where every other person has some useless quirk. Like, it's actually great ass superpowers. God damn it. It's, a very, very select few, and we've been getting some lore recently of why, and it's because the big corporation that is making these superheroes, aka VOT, they're just like making test tube babies, and that's, apparently it's working, and yeah, everything's working fine. Except our boy Homelander, the big bad guy or the big good guy, depending on how you look at it. I really like Homelander. I don't know. I've gotten told that in the later seasons, the entire thing is just kind of mid, not bad, but just mid. But for now, the entire show is pretty fucking goated. And my favorite part of it is Homelander, because Homelander is the pinnacle of being this like test tube baby. Like that's his entire thing. He has he's the #1 hero, right? He's All Might. But if All Might was an evil son of a bitch that would just like go around and kill people and be praised for it. So that's like his entire shtick is that he's the face of VOT, and if he does anything out of line, he's fucked. Well, he's not really fucked, but he's, it's just a really interesting balancing act of like, yeah, Homelander's basically being used for the like public perception of VOT, but it's not like he doesn't care about his like public perception, but it's like, you know, first of all, he has to like make up this entire like life he had beforehand, when in reality he was just like a fucking test tube baby. Um, that's really fucking interesting. Like the perspective of like he actually has a fucking personality and not just like a stoic Superman type guy. To be fair, I don't know. I haven't watched any like superhero movies. I don't know if Superman is like a stoic Superman type, but that's how I imagine him in my mind. Um, I don't know. I don't watch that many like movies or series in general, so this is like a testament to how good it actually is. The Boys. So it's pretty fucking good. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. Um, but we don't actually follow a hero. Well, we do follow a hero. Um, there are kind of like two protagonists. One more protagonisty than the other. Um, one is a, you know, in the first fucking scene, we get introduced to this like normal average ass guy whose girlfriend gets run over, literally fucking run through by one of these superheroes. And like first I don't know, I had to watch more to determine that, oh, he's not just some random guy, he's like one of the most famous guys in the world who just ran through his girlfriend, and he's getting like compensation money that is like, what was it, 40,000 or something? Like, not nearly fucking enough to keep his ass shut. But that's like, that's the introduction of one of the characters. Then the other is like weird because I don't know. I wasn't expecting like two main characters, but then we cut away to a girl who has just auditioned for like a place in the superhero thing. And again, I thought that like, yeah, a lot of people have like superpowers. They're just like people running around. Like I was expecting the Hero Association from like One Punch Man, where they have like fucking well over 500, maybe even 1,000 heroes just running around. But it's not. They only accept like. So, I still don't know fully how it works, because they have like trade deals of like it basically like fucking football players, like contract wise, going like from city to city. For example, where I am right now, one of the seven, one of the, yeah, they're actually just called the seven. One of the big guys, one of the seven, the Deep. He's just like out in the middle of nowhere, and he's like kind of been fired from the seven, but not really. But he is, but he's not really. And I don't know. I really want to hate the guy, but he has like some redeeming qualities, and like everything he does makes sense. And I thought I was, holy shit, I saw a fat guy in the air, and I saw just soaked. I am afraid. God damn it. I haven't even fought Sode all that, like, for that long, and I'm already getting like PTSD flashbacks to his fight. Well, this sucks. I hate Sode. I really should get. I haven't played the base game for such a long time, and I mean, I'm only. My plan was to just play through the game again once, you know, Silksong comes out, and then play Silksong after, you know, just like get a feel for this type of game again, I guess. But you know how it is. Silksong never comes out, so I'm just stuck here in purgatory. Purgatory being daily Hollow Knight runs. Yeah. Whoa. So yeah, we basically we follow mostly our first protagonist, Huey, who's just he is just a normal fucking guy. Um, but he is really fucking mad at these heroes all of a sudden because, you know, they killed his fucking girlfriend and just swept it under the rug. Which is also implying that, oh, this has happened before. This is not just a one-off thing. But we find out that, no, this is, at least for A-Train, this is just a one-off thing. Now, it gets interesting when the quote-unquote exception of, like, oh yeah, every hero has something they, like, some sort of backstory where they're not really the big good guys. Except for Homelander, he's always been the greatest guy ever. But when when it gets revealed that no, it's pretty much the opposite. Homelander is the worst of them all. You know, A-Train, he killed one person by accident, and he is like mentally scarred now. Homelander just does it for fun, pretty much. Also, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It gets revealed in the first episode. Why would you listen this far if you haven't watched The Boys? I don't know. Shit. This was bad. He just kind of flies around. Like, he is basically Superman. His outfit is also Superman, but like America Man. You know how it is. So he's just flying around, laser beaming everyone, and he is fucking destructive, and nobody can manage him. Which is also why it's weird. I find it really weird that he is in the position that he is, and he hasn't, like, I don't know, it might just be a thing where, you know, everyone is fucking scared of him. So if he were to step out of line, everyone would be, like, turning against him. But the issue is, I think he would win. Like, Homelander versus literally everyone else. Homelander would win. That's my take on it. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But, you know, it's just interesting, the fucking position that he's in, because he's not in it because, like, you know, he's forced to be there. It's just that the only affection, apparently, he's ever had in his life, because he was born in a fucking test tube, the only affection he's ever had in his life is these fucking, first of all, the doctors from the government, or, like, government affiliate. They're actually not the government. That's what's scary about it. It's a privately owned thingamajig. It's a privately owned, like, company. But they have apparently more power than the fucking CIA. They just, in one of the latest episodes, someone from VOD, we still don't actually know who, but they straight up just killed the head of the CIA. Because they wanted to keep their Compound V hidden. Compound V being the thing that makes just superheroes super, I guess. It's what they inject the children with when they're, like, first born, and that's, yeah. It apparently also just dopes up a lot of your powers when you are, you know. I don't know. I'm still contemplating. It just hit me that no, there are many superheroes outside the Seven, but the Seven are just, like, the most famous, I guess. I don't know. I just remember that Accelerate exists. So basically, A-Train, the guy who killed the main character's girlfriend, he is the fastest man alive. And he, at some point, he had a race with the second fastest man alive, but he had to, like, dope up on this Compound V shit to actually, you know, do something, to actually win. He apparently won by a fucking landslide, but that was, you know, obviously because he had a Compound V in his fucking veins. then some shit happens, and we realize that, oh, it was just an accident, and he's actually traumatized by everything he did. And then something, his girlfriend, she did some bad things, and she when it got some intel for the good guys, aka the bad guys, aka the good guys. I haven't explained that. So basically, Huey, our main character, he's just been turned against the heroes, and is actively killing them. In the first like 2, maybe 3 episodes, they kill one of the 7, aka Translucent, who is just an invisible guy, which I find it really funny, the like marketing value of just a transparent guy. Also at his funeral, where obviously they couldn't really find his body, right, because he was murdered by a terrorist group. They just had a fucking blank, casing for him, like a coffin was just like empty, but it's obviously a joke on him being fucking, it was translucent, and it was, a bunch of shit like that. Also, just like the background marketing stuff is also just like puns on translucent. God damn it. I really need to learn the patterns of this guy. I also need to learn how to unstuck my controller. Oh, we were already doing this. Okay. So I don't know. I appreciate all the like bad puns that are there in the show. It's not just translucent. It's also like, I don't know, fucking everyone else. I mean, but basically, our guy Huey, he gets hit up by another guy named Butcher, who, he's just, it's interesting because he's like Huey, but like way later. Like, he also has a girlfriend that was killed by the 7, aka Homelander, so he has like bigger stakes in this than even Rosa, than Huey does. But we find out later, aka season 2, that no, he's actually not. She's actually not dead. His girlfriend, his wife, his. Yeah. So basically, what happened at the end of the season 1 was that now that they've killed Translucent, the whole season 1 is just about them fucking navigating how to get closer to eliminating or exposing all of Vought. And they also realize, because, okay, here's the thing. The 2 main characters, they know each other, right? They've, like, just by circumstance, they've met before. And they started dating and shit. And, fucking one thing leads to another, escalation and shit. And Vought, aka Homelander, aka the big bad guy, he finds out that, oh, one on our side, one of the 7, are working with these terrorists who killed Translucent. What the fuck is this? Meanwhile, a bunch of fucking tension is building because none of our main characters know this. Or, well, one of them does, one of them doesn't, and that's like a whole thing. And now they're trying to repair that thing that they had. And I don't really know how I feel about it, but season 2 is a lot of Starlight, aka Annie, aka the second main character. She's just bought into the whole like Vought Corporation thing because it's just easier than dealing with all of like Huey and Butcher and what do they call it? Richie and Mama's Milk. Yes, one of the characters is called Mama's Milk. It's fucking goated. I like his introduction a lot. Because it just shows so well how everyone in Butcher's life despises him. I mean, it sounds pretty funny, but it's pretty fucking tragic. The guy is just like... he desperately wants this thing, aka the thing being to kill Homelander. But nobody really wants to help him because he's just a fucking asshole. Which makes sense. The guy is a fucking asshole. But you know, he's a competent one. He even got, at the end of the season 2, or, you know, end of season 1, start of season 2-ish, he sort of cornered Homelander. At least I thought he did, and he thought he did. By the one woman that he actually gave a shit about in VOT. He cornered him. He cornered her. He tied her up and just waited for Homelander to shut the fuck up. And I don't really know what his what his thing was, like what he was gonna do. But of course, Homelander's Homelander, so he fucking kills her, and like makes a whole fucking plot twist about that, being that, oh yeah, it's not actually, you're not actually the one I care about. Now I realize that I have a son, apparently, which shouldn't really work, because he shouldn't be able to have children, because he's like he's a fucking test tube boy, test tube man. Or at least that's what I infer from that. Which is also interesting because the one who told him that was the bot lady, who is now dead because of basically herself. But also, like, I gotta respect her somehow, because the only reason she got this close to Homelander was because she was afraid of him. Which, I mean, when you know the shit that Homelander does, it's like, yeah, no fucking shit. No, of course you are. Like, the guy is fucking terrifying. He's just a force of fucking nature, and when he goes and, when he goes ahead and calls himself God, it's like you sit there for a second like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that might be truer than I would like. Which is also, like, it's so weird. I'm so intrigued by Homelander's, like, character, because he doesn't need to be where he is. He doesn't need to be part of the Seven. He doesn't need to be, like, leader of the Seven. He doesn't, like, what's his game here? Because I don't know, I'm just convinced that his game is to just collect a bunch of other superheroes in the hopes that one of them is, you know, his equal. It's basically like the same themes of, like, you know, Gojo and Sukuna in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, they're both the strongest, and because they are the strongest and they've lived their whole life as the strongest, they are so fucking alone. And it's miserable. God damn it. That was also miserable. Like, it's so miserable to be so lonely just because you are so incredibly, like, powerful. That you've kind of, like, lost your humanity, but you know that you've lost your humanity, but it's, I don't know, man. He's just an interesting fella, I guess. Got me here. Yeah, I got all three. Hell yeah. I really should be getting all my lifebloods, because I just haven't. I don't know. The issue is I gotta go through fucking Sot first, and hell fucking know if I want to do that. But you know, I just have to, I guess. I don't know if it's only counts in Pantheon 3 or it's also Pantheon. I don't know how it works with, like, meeting Sot and him not showing up in Godhome, if it counts as. Goddamn, you just fucking had to. You're just taunting me at this point. You're still gonna, like, take my last blood heart, aren't you? Probably. Uh-oh. Yeah. So yeah, our main character Huey, he's now joined this like merry band of just of rats that are just trying to take down Vought somehow. I still don't really get their plan, but they're getting on Vought's nerves at least because they're trying to expose the compound V, and I don't know why or how they even like fooled Homelander, because one of the first episodes is Homelander comes to the place that they killed Translucent. Like he was there when Translucent was killed, but they somehow fooled the guy, even though he has like all of these fucking abilities like X-ray vision, super hearing, like fucking flight and laser beams, and he's pretty much indestructible. He's just an overall bad guy, right? Can I make this? Pretty sure I can. Yeah, let's go. Okay, what the fuck was that? God damn it. Well, that sucked. So yeah, Homelander is just interesting. But I really like all the other characters of the boys, you know? Because they don't really want to be here, except for Richie, I guess. He's just like an arms dealer, that fucking, I actually don't really know what his motives are now that I think about it. He's just like, he's angry at Vought, I guess, and that's his whole shtick, which is fine because Vought is fucking terrible. He also had some connections like early on that I don't really remember all that well, but he had them. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was pretty badly played. I'm not gonna win this. Yeah, shit, that was my own fault. Well, I tried. I haven't gotten any better. This sucks. Well, I'm gonna, I don't know. See you tomorrow.